I don't know what's upsetting you, Norman. Honestly, I don't. All Alf did was tell Shirley she couldn't have the flat because you were having it.
He didn't know what I was doing, did he? He didn't know whether I wanted it or not. Because I never got round to see him. Somebody told Shirley she couldn't have the flat because I was having it. Well, he was just using me.
Using you?
As an excuse to keep Shirley out.
Well, I suppose.
There's no suppose about it, Mrs. Bishop. That's what happened. Exactly what happened.
Well, it is his flat.
But why?
Oh, there could be dozens of reasons, Norman.
Like what?
I don't know what's in his mind, do I? But you mustn't forget that Alf wasn't over keen to let that flat to anybody after Kevin and Sally moved out. I mean, it was you and Shirley who approached him. You know, on reflection, he may have decided that if he was going to let it to anyone, he'd sooner have a young man living over his shop than a girl. Because, I mean, if anyone were to break in...
Well, why didn't he just tell her that instead of using me as an excuse?
I'm sure he'd no intention of using anybody.
Well, that's not the way I see it, Mrs. Bishop.
Right. That's it.
Hey?
You want something to eat?
No, sir, no. I better wait and see what Shirley's doing.
Suit yourself, love.
You used to be one of that lot, didn't you?
Hey?
A bin man.
What about it?
Well, I only hope and trust that you two treat your elders and betters with a bit more respect than this lot do now. Not that I'm tarring you over the same brush, I'm not. One rotten apple, that's what he was.
Who was?
The fella that foul-mouthed me this morning. Well, I'm not having it. I've every intention of taking up my pen.
I'm sorry, Mr. Sugden, I haven't a clue what you're talking about.
This lout of a bin man that left a trail of rubbish from my door right to the cart.
Who was that then?
How do I know? Big fella, ginger hair, teeth like a dry stone wall.
Ah, that'll be Doss O'Sullivan.
Well, whoever it is, he'll not do that again in a hurry, I'll tell you. Not after I've written to his supervisors.
You write to his boss and you can bank on it.
Good.
Because next time he'll empty your bin through your letterbox. Let's see.
So what's so urgent? Emily made it sound like it was a matter of life and death.
Well, it's about the flat.
Oh, look, can't we forget about the flat? It's yours, okay? End of story.
It's not mine, and I can't forget about it until I get something straight.
Like what?
Like, why did Alf Roberts tell you I was definitely having that flat when he knew that wasn't true?
It wasn't.
When Alf Roberts told you I was having that flat, he didn't know what I was doing. In fact, I've been looking for an excuse all morning to go round and tell him I didn't want it. So I reckon he used me, because he doesn't want you to have the flat. And I've got a nagging feeling I know why. Now look, I hope I'm wrong. I really do. But if I'm right, well then it sickens me. And it sickens me to the pit of my stomach, believe me.
Look, just forget it, eh? Because it can only make matters worse. It's not the first time something like this has happened to me, you know. And it won't be the last, you can be sure of that.
Look, I said I hoped I was wrong. But tell me something. If Alf offered you that flat now, would you still take it?
Yeah, I suppose so.
Right.
8, 9...
It's the lad I want to see.
Well, that makes two of us, doesn't it?
Hey?
Because I wanted to see you.
Yeah, expect you do about the flat, no doubt.
About the flat that Shirley won't be moving into.
Yeah, well, I've told her that I've decided to let you have it.
You told her I was definitely having it.
Well, same difference.
Not quite, because you didn't know what I was doing, because I never told you. But you've made your mind up, haven't you? Good and proper, that whatever I was doing, Shirley wasn't having it.
Look, it wasn't like that at
Oh,
all.
I see. So if you knew I definitely didn't want it, you would have offered it to Shirley, would you?
Well,
Well, for your information, I don't want the flat. So I take it and go and see Shirley now, can I, and tell her she can have it?
now, hang on a bit, I never said that.
No, you didn't. Not likely to either. Never in a million years. Not if she came in here with a reference carved in 24-carat gold. And we all know the reason why. Well, you know what you can do with your flat. And that goes for the both of us.
But why, Norman?
I had no choice, Mrs. Bishop. Not after the way you treated Shirley.
I still don't understand what you're getting so worked up about. I'm sure if Shirley had been the one to be offered the flat...
That's the whole point. She wouldn't be, would she? Never in a million years.
I'm sorry, I don't think I'm with you.
Alf Roberts had no intention of letting Shirley have his rotten flat. He was just stringing her along, building up her hopes.
But what about the reference? He'd never have asked for that if he hadn't been thinking seriously about it.
He had to say something to stall her, didn't he? He reckoned she wouldn't get a reference anyway, not from someone he rated.
Oh, I find all this very difficult to believe.
I didn't need a reference.
Well, he knows you better than Shirley.
That's not the only difference between us.
Sorry, I I don't think I'm with you.
Oh, come on, Mrs. Bishop. I don't have to spell it out for you, do I?
Hey, Adam, £1.12p.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Oh, smashing. Pardon.
Poor big man you want. Will you get off now?
Yeah.
Tom. Oh, does this mean we won't be going for a pizza then?
No, I just thought I'd get them for now.
Oh, it was a joke. Oh, look, cheer up, will you? I've told you. What happened over the flats? All water under the bridge now.
Well, I can't help feeling I've fouled it up. For both of us. I mean, neither of us are going to get it now, are we?
It wasn't your fault. If it was anybody's, it was Alf Roberts. Well, what matters is that we're still mates. So let's just forget about the flat, shall we? Forget it ever happened. I don't want to hear another word about it, all right?
Well, if you say so.
I do.